People often ask me, what should we do in Paris for Christmas? And my response is, there's not a lot to do in Paris for Christmas, to be honest, and even less to do for New Year's. And while I think that Paris is always a good idea, to be cliche, like I absolutely think you should always come to Paris, it's not really a bad time to come to Paris. It's all about expectations, and if you have like really high expectations for Christmas in Paris, let's talk about that. All right, 3 reasons not to come would be that the weather sucks, there's nothing going on, and a lot of what a lot of people think would be interesting about Paris for Christmas isn't that interesting for Christmas. Which there's got to be a faster way of saying that, but I'm out of time for words. It can snow in Paris, but it never does snow in Paris, like once every few years. And every time that people say it's gonna snow in Paris, somebody somewhere always posts a bunch of photos from Paris when it snowed like years ago. Can you even see? Because it's very picturesque, but it creates this whole unrealistic expectation, a very Instagramification of Paris. That it's wet, it's gross. It's like in the 50s right now and it's January. It'll get to freezing and that'll be cold, but like it's not the weather that you're looking for Christmas necessarily. You can go somewhere else and get snow. It's gonna be pretty like damp and here, generally speaking. And if it does snow, it's gonna turn to muddy, gross slush within minutes. And it'll make for 1 or 2 nice photos at least. Stuff's probably not as good as you're imagining. Like not gonna be quite as nice or festive or like, what is this? What is this? I think there's this very romantic idea of like Paris being very Christmassy, which there are parts of it that are, don't get me wrong, but a lot of it is not. And the Christmas markets, don't get me started on that, but there are when I first moved here, there were probably like 5 times as many Christmas markets in Paris as there are now. The Champs-Elysees was, kind of impressive for size if the quality was terrible. Trocadero used to have one. There are a bunch that aren't there anymore. And there are still some, but they're not that great, to be perfectly honest. Hopefully the wind is okay here. The quality of the stuff you're gonna buy is not that nice. The food isn't good. Like the experience, it can be kind of quaint, and I'm not saying that you shouldn't do it, but I am saying don't come here. Like there are better places in France and the rest of Europe that have much nicer Christmas markets. I would not come here for the Christmas markets. The displays at the Galeries Lafayette, like the department stores, can be really fun. They're nice to look at, but that'll take you all like 5-10 minutes. And then it's really crowded in there because it's one of the few things that is actually open. And you're gonna be just, will you even be able to get what you want? Last I heard, they're running out of stuff. Anyways, yeah, honestly, the average Parisian street doesn't have very many Christmas lights on it, if any. That's slowly changing over time. I feel like more neighborhoods are putting a little more effort in than they used to. But like just walking around right now, I hardly see any around anywhere beyond what's in like a few storefronts. And then there's whatever the heck that is going. These trees have like bows on them. I don't know. Maybe I don't have a sense of taste, but yeah. There's not a lot going on for Christmas in Paris. There's even less going on for New Year's. Don't come to Paris for New Year's especially. Basically, New Year's in Paris is house parties and clubbing. So if you're not a clubber, which I am not, and you don't have friends, which thankfully I do have, there's not really gonna be a whole lot going on. They do have fireworks occasionally, but I never fully trust that because every year I try to go find the fireworks, I fail. So like, yeah, it's not a huge deal here. New Year's isn't a big thing. There's not like a ball drop or something going on here. It's not New York. And for Christmas, you do have like the Galeries Lafayette, like department store displays, which are really fun. Coop, leave it. What'd you get in your mouth, buddy? You do have the department store displays, which are really fun, but take you all of like 10 minutes to walk by and enjoy, and there's usually a crowd in front of it, and then going in to shop is a whole nother level right now. There's a lot of shopping to do in Paris, which is always kind of the case, but there's not really anything else going on. Paris, especially between Christmas and New Year's, might as well be August, just dark with crappier weather. There's not a whole lot to report. There are a couple of like outdoor light things you can go see, like at the Jardin des Plantes and other places like that, but it's not really worth it. I mean, if you're here, feel free to go see them. I wouldn't travel for it. Not that worth it. Now, with all that said, if your expectations are set properly, Paris actually could be a great place to go for Christmas. If you're thinking, I'd love to wander around the city when it's quiet, when there are fewer people, less going on. I don't mind that it gets dark. I don't mind that I have to hunt for Christmas lights. And honestly, I'd like just kind of a quiet, romantic time by myself. Could be perfect. There will still be a lot of great bakeries open. There will still be good restaurants open, good bars, and wonderful times to be had. It's not gonna be quite the urban bustle New York vibe Christmas that you might be imagining. And I think that's mainly the thing, is setting expectations. It's probably gonna be dingy, it's probably gonna be a little bit cold and damp, it's not gonna be particularly exciting and warm. I definitely wouldn't come for the Christmas markets like I was saying. But that doesn't mean that it can't be a really nice, cozy, romantic time. It's just gonna be a cozy, romantic, and intimate time for you and maybe a loved one. And then wander the streets and enjoy, I was gonna say the quiet, but then like a really loud motorcycle went by and there's a garbage truck coming, so it's still Paris, it's still loud, but you get the idea. I love Paris this time of year because despite the garbage trucks making it really loud, there are no expectations of doing anything. It's really a chill time to be here with no one around, nothing to do. Like Paris, between Christmas and New Year's, is the perfect place to be, to do nothing, to be unproductive, and to let your sound be ruined by a garbage truck going by in the background and relish it instead of being frustrated by the fact that it's really loud behind you. But how could I say no to this background? This is amazing. So if you don't mind coming to Paris and having it be dark and cold and not a lot going on and some really weak decorations all over the place for the most part, it actually might be the perfect time to come because it is quiet, it is chill, and it can be a very romantic time, especially walking around the city at night when it's all like, as long as it's not actively raining. After the rain, it looks amazing. Paris looks great in the rain. Could be the perfect time to come for Christmas. But if you're coming expecting the Emily in Paris episode of Christmas to be the case here in Paris, you might be coming with the wrong expectations. I don't know if Emily in Paris did a Christmas episode, but if they did, you know exactly what I mean. It's not like that. Anyways, after having a few conversations with people recently about their disappointment in Paris for Christmas, I thought I'd make a little bit of a public service announcement about it. Hopefully this helps set some expectations. If you did enjoy this video and you enjoy my videos in general, the best way to support my channel is directly through patreon.com/JaySwanson, where my lovely, delightful patrons make all of these videos and others like them possible. That is Mr. Excuse me. Hop on over there, you can support my channel and end up in these credits with some delightful people like this person and that person right there. Some really, really wonderful people. Thank you so much for my patrons for making this video possible. And I'm gonna be making a quick little video that's gonna be deleted after 24 hours, highlighting a couple of really fun things coming up. So be sure to be on the lookout for that. And otherwise, I'll see you bright and early in the new year. Happy New Year. And remember, don't come to Paris for New Year's. Like, if you're expecting fireworks and a huge party and a ball drop, not the place to do it. But Paris is always a good idea, so, just come whenever you feel like coming. See you later.